Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. My monthly editor, Martin Creamer, joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Ashley.
Can you tell us about Seriti Resources acquiring 100% of Windlab South Africa?
So Windlab South Africa gives you that idea of renewable energy, particularly wind energy, but it's also solar energy within this group. Seriti, this is not just the 26% BEE type of black company. This is owned 91% by black shareholders, and it is major in coal at the moment. So it took over many of the assets of Anglo American, took over those of South 32. So it's a big player, but it's going headlong into renewable energy along the basis that you need to serve the existing needs but also prepare for the future because of the transition and because of the need for a just energy transition as well. And they expressed awareness of all these factors at the moment. And you could see that the way they've structured Seriti Green, they really mean business. There are many projects, that are coming through. And in this deal is also East Africa. So, they could be taking advantage of that apparently very strong Tanzanian wind benefit. So it's great to see that these coal companies, the majors, Exxaro as well, seeing the future, preparing for the future, telling the country what will really be needed is not only the fact that you're generating solar and wind power, but you need that grid, you need that distribution, you need those transmission lines to be built now. Otherwise you aren't going to be able to send this energy to where you want it. The place where it'll be very hot is in Mpumalanga. And although that's not the ideal solar area or wind area, they've got to make use of what's there, which is good. It's not the greatest, but it's good to ensure that this just energy transition takes place. And as people move out of coal, they move into renewables.
Now, this week, H2 Global called for rapid green hydrogen investment at the South Africa Green Hydrogen Summit.
Yeah, H2 Global, a very interesting structure down in Cape Town, urging people to ramp up into green energy, saying there are so many memorandums of understanding out there, turn those into definite investment decisions. And we see that's happened now in Saudi Arabia, where that investment decision has come through. They want that to be matched all over, and they don't want people to be scared about being first movers. Obviously, people might just hang back a bit to wait until green energy is more economic, but that's a sort of a chicken and egg type of situation. You need to get everything rolling because the quantities they need are there. And, this H2 Global is ready to help because they will they'll have offtake agreements, supply agreements, price agreements, and they will ensure that if you do have a price gap early on, that gap will be filled, and I thought very generously, by the taxpayers of Germany.
Lastly, Martin, can you tell us about the South African green hydrogen technology that won top honors in Monaco?
Yes, we've been watching Hydrox Holdings for some time. It's a Randburg firm full of innovation. And for the last 10 years, they've been trying to move ahead on green hydrogen, always doing something innovative. And with their DEF technology now, they are a company that has produced something that is totally not used anywhere else in the world. It's an innovation the world has never seen. So they went along to Monaco, where they had this inaugural hydrogen forum, and they presented. And these people, the judges, they looked at this and they said, wow, this is the only electrolyzer in the world that hasn't got a membrane. And if you haven't got a membrane, you can lift the temperatures. And if you lift the temperatures, you are so much more efficient. So, everybody was crowding around this idea. People from Malta, Gibraltar, Monaco itself, and Spain and Italy, all keen on this. So every time you see a picture of Monaco, you see all these boats. The rich people have got these boats, and some of them are very big, but they all run on diesel. And they are determined now to get away from the diesel. So they're looking to someone who can supply hydrogen, green hydrogen, at a cost that competes with the diesel. And we know that Hydrox, operating out of Randburg, has always been trying to make sure that they can compete with petrol here mainly, but of course also diesel. The way they've structured this membraneless technology, they are in pole position to do that. So they won awards there, they won recognition, and they even shook the hand of the prince in Monaco.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
Great pleasure.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. To subscribe to Creamer Media's Engineering News and Mining Weekly, please email subscriptions at creamermedia.co.za.